Good morning. I am an addict named Austin. I got clean here at Serenity House in Abilene, Texas, October 19th, 2014. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. It's a little chilly here in Abilene, but I got on here to read that just for today with y'all. December 2nd, recovery, our first priority. We have to keep our recovery first and our priorities in order. Before coming to NA, we used many excuses to justify our use of drugs. He yelled at me. She said this. My partner left. I got fired. We used the same excuses for not seeking help for our drug problem. We had to realize that these things kept happening because we kept using drugs. Only when we made recovery our first priority did these situations begin to change. We may be subject to the same tendency today, using excuses for not attending meetings and being of service. Our current excuses may be of a different nature. I can't leave my kids. My vacation wore me out. I have to finish this project so I can impress my boss. But still, if we don't make recovery our first priority, chances are that we won't have to worry about these excuses anymore. Kids, vacations, and jobs probably won't be in our lives if we relapse. Our recovery must come first. Job or no job, relationship or no relationship. We have to attend meetings, work the steps, call our sponsor, and be of service to God and others. These simple actions are what make it possible for us to have vacations, families, and bosses to worry about. Recovery is the foundation of our lives, making everything else possible. Just for today, I will keep my priorities in order. Number one on the list is my recovery. Man, I can remember being beat up by the disease of addiction, right? And just hoping that at one point, if I was just able to get up and go to work every day and be a good person, that everything would be okay, right? And I tried to make that true in my life, only to find out that I would lose that battle over and over and over and over, right? And I have to understand that in recovery as well. Just getting up and going to work every day and being a good person is not enough, because I suffer from a disease that I need help with, and I need to be surrendered and in the recovery process to get free from me, right? I think sometimes we get caught up thinking it's the drugs that we need to get free from, and the drugs are a symptom of the disease. And so I know for me, once I stopped using drugs, there was a lot of other symptoms in my life. I replaced it. It manifested in other areas of my life. The disease of recovery, or the disease of addiction, is very tricky, even while I'm in recovery, right? And so I have to be vigilant every day so that I can just get free from the obsession and compulsion, right? And I know that without a doubt, if I don't do something for my recovery today, I'm going to live in obsession and compulsion. Whether it be on a really high level or on a small level, I'm going to be struggling with this disease that's centered in my thinking throughout the day. And so doing something in the morning, surrendering, praying, meditating, getting plugged in, doing something for my recovery helps me get in that mindset to where I can spot it when it starts happening and I can get free, right? My experience is when I don't do any of those things, next thing you know, I've spent all day mad, miserable, unhappy, because there was something that I was obsessing and compulsing about, regardless of how it manifested, that was just taking up my thought process and my time. Sometimes it was just doing that. Other times I'm out here causing harm because I'm obsessing and compulsing. And if you ask my wife, I can be obsessive and compulsive. And so I have to do something every day for my recovery, and I have to do sometimes throughout the day for my recovery. And I'm grateful to be able to do that today, because that's freedom, right? And so all excuses, like I remember going through phases in recovery where they say, you know, do you still want to be clean with no money, no partner? No, the reality is am I willing to stay clean no matter what, right? And so I've gotten to that place where I am willing to stay clean no matter what. And that was a moment of clarity for me. And I realized that if staying clean comes first, everything else can be possible. And so I hope that's a hope shot for y'all today. If you're struggling with being able to stay clean, please reach out. If you're just struggling with the disease of addiction and you haven't used drugs in a while, please reach out. Our recovery has to come first, right? And even in recovery, some days I have problems. So I'm blessed to be free today and know the solution. I'm blessed to be able to identify my problem so I can get to the solution. Thank y'all for tuning in this morning. I hope that helped. Have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.